If you saw my July preview earlier this month, and you know I was pretty excited about the new Netflix movie, They Cloned Tyrone. It stars John Boyega, Teyonah Parris, and Jamie Foxx, and is directed by Juel Taylor, who seems to be pretty new on the scene. This is his first full movie as a director, but he's done some work in the TV space as well. I'm going to talk about this movie freely, so there might be some spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, you should drop me a like and come back once you have, and we could talk about it. If you're wondering what I liked about the movie, it's honestly almost everything. So what I'm gonna do is break down some of my favorite aspects and scenes from the movie. Starting with the story. With this director being also a writer, this felt like something that they've been cooking up for years and years with a lot of care. I really appreciated all the little details that were included. The movie really felt like it was by someone who was of the culture and of the community and just let it all bleed out onto the page. I loved how the story just kept building and building as we found out more and more about what was happening. I also liked the performances. I thought John Boyega did his thing, and then Teyonah Parris and Jamie Foxx just made the whole thing feel a lot more fun and added some levity to complement Boyega's seriousness. I was really drawn to the Blaxploitation angle of this movie. I really loved a lot of the old Blaxploitation movies from the 70s, stuff like The Mac and Dolomite, Foxy Brown. They had to have been some of the inspiration in creating this. Those movies tended to lean into a lot of the stereotypes that Black people were known for at the time. This movie did a lot of that too, but used those things to move the story forward. Things like the Black church, pimp culture, fried chicken, rap music, hair care products were all tools of that weird lab that was under the town and used to control its occupants. All of that could be seen as the director giving a social commentary on those things. It seemed like the people who could be viewed as the problems in the communities were the ones being cloned over and over. If they didn't have a filmmaker of color running the show, I don't think they could have pulled some of those things off as well as they did. Even the film grade that they put on the footage made it feel like one of those kinds of movies. I also enjoyed the music that they used throughout the movie, and it suited the story being told. A lot of it was 70s sounding music, soulful stuff when that was needed. Some of the songs were familiar, and some were created just for this movie. Also bringing in rap music when it was appropriate. They used it as mind control music. I also appreciated a lot of the little weird details throughout the movie as well. Like having all the people that were associated with the lab being white people with afros. I just thought that detail was so weird. Or Boyega's mom in the story not being real. That was an interesting story beat. Or even the news interviews in this being like some of the funny ones that we've all seen over the years. And then you know I love action in my movies, and that final lab takeover scene gave me exactly what I needed. I love a good gunfight, and we got plenty of that. We got to see that the cloning going on is a bigger operation than what we expected, and it was chaos with the whole neighborhood down there to help. And then the old man version of Fontaine shows us that this could have been going on for a long time. And then the way that it ended, you thought it was over at first, but then you find out that the Tyrone that the title of the movie is referring to is just another clone of Fontaine, which lets us know that this is happening all over the place and not just in this town. Overall, for me, this movie was as good as I hoped it would be. Exactly what I wanted, and I hope people like it, and I hope it gets the attention that it deserves. So let me know what you thought about the movie in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying my content.